Dr. Breiter, Hans Breiter at Northwestern Harvard. If I were to design a substance that is bad for students, it would be marijuana. Okay? All right, I was the first drug czar, but I was the Secretary of Education. What are we doing? All these things we're trying to do to make our kids smarter, to make them more competitive, and then we give them something that makes them stupid. We market something to them and make more available to them something that makes them stupid. Have we lost our minds? People have said to me, what explains that 60%? A friend of mine said, maybe more people are smoking this stuff than you think. Drug use is strongly associated with failure to finish high school, not a good idea. Crippling effects on securing employment or even joining the military. Critical pathways out of poverty. Think of the kids who most need to lift themselves up. There's a proposal in the state of Washington to put most of the dispensaries in poor and minority neighborhoods because the argument is made by the ACLU out there that those are the neighborhoods that have been so terrorized by the police departments, they need to start making a profit on the drug trade. That's it. Put drug dispensaries in the inner city as a way of lifting the people up. Poor cognitive performance linked to drug use most affects those who already struggle to succeed because of family disruption, poverty, disabilities, and discrimination. Supposing you have kids who suffer from all those, family disruption, poverty, disabilities, discrimination. Does the answer seem to you, toke up, have some dope? Does any serious person believe young and women of all races and backgrounds, any of them will be better off with more drug use? One more point I want to make, and then I want to ask Bob to say something about the law enforcement issue. I'm done, but this is the notion that you can't do anything about it. It's just there, you know, you can push against it, but nothing can happen. In 1979, 14% of people aged 12 to 17, 14% of people aged 12 to 17 were regular users of marijuana. This country started to push back. It got nervous. It got real upset. It even made a drug czar. I pushed hard. I worked with the Partnership for Drug-Free America. You remember the ads? Diving off a swimming board into an empty swimming pool. Here are 2 eggs in the pan. This is your brain on drugs. Country got nervous, got scared. People started to push back. 1979, 14% of teenagers used marijuana. 1992, 3.4%. What's that, 75%? 75% reduction. If you had a 75% reduction in poverty or in out-of-wedlock birth rates or in almost any other social pathology, you would be having a parade. But on this issue, people say you can't do anything about it. It's just there. We did something about it as a nation. Nancy Reagan said, just say no. The intellectuals made fun of her, but the kids listened to her. Those ads were effective. People thought they wouldn't get good dates if they smoked marijuana. I gave a speech and I said to students, would you like drug testing in the high schools? Again, all the elites scoffed and said they don't need more drug tests. They don't need more tests, more things. The students wrote back and said, we'd like the tests. We'd like to have a reason to say no. And we don't want to act like wusses. We don't want to act like we're sissies. We want to say, no, I can't because I want to play football. I want to be in the band. I want to be in the yearbook. And if I'm caught using drugs, I can't be. They were in favor of it by 5-1. We have let them down. We have let them down. Colorado has let down its children. I'm not blaming you, but we can't let this happen anywhere else. There are no closed questions in an open society. We talked to the press today. We were interested to see that not very many press were interested in talking to us. They said it's a settled issue in Colorado. The hell it is. There are no closed questions.